Do you really know if your guests are connecting with your hotel brand? Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 powerful questions that your guests should be able to answer if you're doing a good job sending a clear message about your hotel brand. And if you fail at this test, that's okay, because I'm gonna share 3 steps to build your story brand. Hey, I'm Eduardo Salazar from SKH Media, and we help you build meaningful guest experiences for your hotel. These are the 3 powerful questions that you can use to know if your guests know about your brand. Question number 1 is they should be able to answer, what do you offer? If after they check out your website or they talk with you over the phone or they engage with you through social media, if they don't know what do you offer, you're doing a really bad job at communicating your message. Question number 2 they should answer is, how do you change my life for better? They should be able to answer how your hotel is changing their lives for better. And question number 3 is, how do I book your hotel? If your guests cannot answer these 3 simple questions, then you're doing a bad job communicating a clear message. And if you fail, I'm gonna share 3 steps to fix that now. If they cannot answer these 3 questions, it's because your brand is not sending a clear message through their channels, website, social media, or any type of interaction that you're having with your guests before, during, and after they stay. There are many frameworks to build your brand story, but I'm gonna share with you a simplified version of the framework created by Donald Miller. This is a very powerful framework that you can use to start creating your story brand and understand what is really what your guests want, so you can communicate that through your channels. And believe me, this is going to change the way that you're connecting with your guests. The first step is to stop thinking about you and your hotel. The important character in this story is your guest, not you. So make a list of all the desires that your target market has. Think about like them. What do they really want? What are the desires that they want? They're looking for status. If you're a luxury hotel, they're looking for connecting with other people. What is the true desire that they have? Make a list, because this is going to help you later to identify which story you want to focus on. The step number 2 is to identify their problems. Now you know the desire, they're deep inside, their survival desires. It could be about health, it could be about safety. There are many survival desires that your target market has. Very important that you identify. Now we talk about the problems. There are 3 types of problems that you need to identify about your target market: external, internal, and philosophical problems that they have. The external problems are very simple and usually are the ones that they are mistaken by the hotels. Usually hotels take the external problems as the main problem that they're solving. And remember, they don't want to solve their external problems. What they're looking to solve is their internal problems, the problems that are related to their desires. External problems, think about this. I want to stay in a hotel. And external problems will be, for example, an OTA. How difficult it is to deal with an OTA. That's an external problem that it will come on my way, but it doesn't come from inside. An internal problem could be that I don't want to deal with trains, or I don't want to deal with people that are going to talk to me bad, or I don't want to deal with bad customer service. And the third type of problem is the philosophical. What is your hotel doing that is part of a bigger story? I give you an example. Let's say you are a hotel that is helping the locals to sell some type of products or some type of gifts. That's part of a bigger, because someone wants to be part of that bigger story that you're having, that helping the community. Or your hotel is about the history of the place. It's a very local, traditional, about the history, about the place. That's part of a bigger picture for them. They want to participate and they want to be part of that story, bigger story. Other example of philosophical problem could be if your hotel is helping the environment in some way. Maybe they're depending on your hotel, but you get the idea. Those are the three types of problems that you need to be able to identify. And the step number 3, now that you know their desires, now you know their problems, you identify their external, you identify their internal and philosophical problems, now you come into the picture. Now is your character, now is your hotel coming as a guide, not as the hero of the story. You are not the important part of the brand, it's the guest. The guest is going to connect with your story because they are that story. You come as the guide of their story, all right? So based on their problems, you identify which one is the one that you are going to use to build your story. At this stage, you will see that there are many possible stories that you can use to build your brand. Now is the time to stop and think about which one is the story that you're going to pick as your hotel brand story. Pick only one. You will be trying to combine the stories because it's going to help you. Try to just pick one because they need to connect with one story. You need to bring yourself into the story as the guide that has empathy and authority. You're helping them to achieve their problem with empathy because you care, and authority because you have a plan that is tried before, that you have other guests that already tried that plan that you can provide to them. That's how you show that you have the authority. You come and you show them the testimony, you show like the experiences that others have, and all of that is going to build you as the guide of their story. So remember, the 3 steps to build your brand is first identify desires, then problems, and then how you come to the picture as the guide with empathy and authority. Here are 2 tips after you go through the 3 steps. Tip number 1 is stick to one story. You will be tempted to try to mix 2 stories and try to make a big story, but just stick to one clear, very clear story that they will connect with that. And the tip number 2 is be consistent. Change all the channels, social media, your post, change your website, make them that your story is reflected in all those channels. If you want to know more about hotel news, hotel strategies, and how to build meaningful guest experience, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the link below and I'll see you soon.